Alright, we're creating this quick little tutorial going over the different overrides that you can use in the game, such as the different colored spike overrides, and there's armor overrides, speed overrides, and there's also an energy override too as well. First we'll discuss the spike overrides. The 1.0 versions are the only ones that I've seen so far. You can see here Tank Walker 1.0 has a red spike override. The 1.0s are the only ones that can do the spike overrides, but the 2.0s are the only ones that can use them. So if you don't even have a 2.0 yet, there's no sense in even using an attack for a spike override because you'll never use it. It's a waste. Uh, this one doesn't. It's a good example. We'll pick this guy and we'll pick this guy. Well, that's good enough. We'll just pick those. Alright, so we'll go ahead and begin the battle just to show you how this all works. Now the overrides, you will notice that there will be a small circle up here underneath each person's avatar. Okay, and when you do a override, it'll place the override up here so you'll know what it is and then what it gives you. So this is Electropod 1.0, and he can do the red spike override. Then he also has this armor up override. And basically to tell, the overrides are all these, they all look like a circle with that little symbol in the middle. Okay, so this one he can't do yet because it costs 3, but he could do a red spike override, and it tells you an override that allows your swarm to make a red spiked attack. Well, only the 2.0 so far can make spiked attacks, and only certain ones. So we'll go ahead and select that, and you'll see what happens. Alright, now you see up here, it placed the override there. Now it says can make a red spiked attack. And this will stay here, and it can be it'll stay there until another override replaces it. If I use this override, it'll negate this one and take its place. You can only have one override in play at a time. And spiked overrides, they get used up when the attack uses them. They go away. However, these other types, such as this armor up, stay in effect until they're replaced by a new override. So these would last through the whole game if you don't ever play another override. And so this one gives your Nanovor 5 armor. So no matter what Nanovor you're playing with in the game, it'll get this extra 5 armor as long as that's in play. So we'll put that up there and show you. Alright, so now all your Nanovor get plus 5 armor. So if you look at him, he now has 10, when originally he only had 5. But since that override's in play, now he has 10 armor. So we're going to put the spike up there for the next guy to use. And watch, this will go down. Actually, you probably won't get to see that, but we'll bring in this 2.0, Electropod 2.0. Alright, so now you'll notice with this Electropod 2.0, you'll see that spinning around there, it shows the override. Without the override, it does 49 points of damage. With an override, it'll do 98 points of damage. Now we don't get to choose whether we use the override or not. If it's there, it's going to use it. So if we do this Powerball attack, it's going to do 98 points of damage since we have an override in place. If we didn't have the override in place, it would only do 49 points of damage. So it's doing double damage since we have an override in play. And it'll use that override up, and that override will go away. Then you'll see also he has an override he can use. It costs 5 energy, and it gains 10 armor. So it would stay in play, and they would gain 10. So right now he has 10. If we play that, he would have 20. So let's use this. So now watch, the override will get used up, and it'll do 98 points of damage. And see, the override was erased. It was used up. So there's no override in play. Now this Velocitron guy, they're yellow, so they have yellow spikes. That's another thing I forgot to mention. You gotta pay attention to what color spike the 2.0 needs for the attack. So far I've only seen, the yellow Velocitrons use the yellow spikes and the blue Hexites use blue spikes, so they stay within their family. But there could be a time in the future where they make ones that interact with each other. We don't know right now. So we'll just show you another real quick override. Okay. Now this is the Plasma Locust. You can see this attack here for 3, the Plasma Blast. It's a ranged electrical attack that takes away 15 strength. That's all it does without an override. But with the yellow spike override, they also take 48 points of damage. So since we have this yellow override, if we pick this, it'll use this attack, it'll use up the override, and not only will it take away 15 strength, it'll also do 48 damage. So we'll do that real quick, show you that. Alright, so see it did 48 health, and he lost 15 strength as well. So he's down to 80 strength. And you'll notice the override was used up. So now if we do this attack, it's only going to do take 15 strength away because we don't have an override for it to use. So we'll do that one time just to show you real quick. Same move but without an override. It only took 15 strength away. Now they're down to 65 strength. Their health stayed the same. So there's a quick overrun of how the overrides work and the spikes. Only evolved forms have attacks that may use the spikes. So if you don't have an evolved form yet, you're just starting out, there's no sense in playing one of the spikes. And use one of the overrides that give you armor or speed or whatever. Those stay in effect and help every one of your Nanovor in the battle until you play a different override that replaces it, because you can only have one in play at a time. So I hope that helped you guys out, and see you on the next one.